Who really is Yara Greyjoy? She was within a few minutes of being the first queen of the Iron Islands, but what drives her? Is she just another privileged warmonger wanting power for power's sake? Or is there more to it than that? Hi everyone, this is Robert. Welcome to a bite-sized edition of Deep Geek. In-depth but focused. Please do consider subscribing if you enjoy the video. So, who is Yara Greyjoy? Well, she's the only daughter of Balon Greyjoy, ruler of the Iron Islands. She had two older brothers, Roderick and Maron, but both died during Balon's short-lived rebellion against Robert Baratheon. When Theon, her younger brother, was given to Ned Stark as part foster child, part hostage, she was the only child Balon had left. Now, the Iron Islands are a deeply patriarchal society. Women are expected to stay at home while the men head out to reave and fight. But Balon, now bereft of any sons and too old to have any other children, brought Yara up as he would a son. He encouraged her to become a reaver, and she grew to captain a longship of her own and embody the Ironborn ways. Balon made no secret of the fact that he wanted her to be his heir, particularly once Theon returned from his fostering in Winterfell, having lost all understanding of the Iron Islanders' culture. All this shaped Yara as she grew up. She undoubtedly shares Theon's sense of entitlement. Just witness her annoyance when the Dampfair tells her that there will need to be a Kingsmoot to decide on the next ruler, rather than just her being crowned queen in her father's place. But, like, say, Brienne, she has had to battle her entire life to gain the respect that is due to her, simply because she is a woman doing a job that most of her contemporaries do not think a woman should be doing. So Yara is a curious mixture of an entitled member of the ruling classes and someone who has gained her position in life through her talent and hard work. As a member of the ruling classes, it's important to note that she is not a modernizer by instinct. She obviously wants to show that a woman can rule the Iron Islands, but her pitch to the Kingsmoot was that she was a reaver and a warrior, and that she would, in her words, build the largest fleet the world has ever seen and force the Seven Kingdoms to respect the Iron Islands. It's actually not that different to what Euron promises to do. So why do we sympathise with her rather than Euron? Well, I think in Yara, behind the confidence and the bravado, we can see a human heart. And we can see it most when it comes to her attitude towards Theon. Her father wanted to abandon Theon to Ramsay, but she launched a rescue mission. When that went wrong and she returned without Theon, and having lost quite a few men, her father is visibly angry with her, but she stands her ground, refusing to apologise, because it was the right thing to do. When Theon returns to Pike, she could have taken it out on him. It was, after all, his refusal to come with her that ruined her otherwise well-executed rescue plan. But she doesn't. And when his confidence is shot once more after the Kingsmoot, she gives him the tough love that he needs. She tells him to pull himself together and that she needs him. Now, we should just note that things are actually quite different for Yara in the books. For a start, she's called Asha, not Yara, and her show character has taken on a few storylines from characters that aren't in the show, like Victarion, her uncle. In the books, she doesn't lead a mission to rescue Theon. Instead, she gets captured by Stannis' army and doesn't head over to Meereen with a fleet of ships. She is currently outside Winterfell, having been reunited with Theon, who is also a captive of Stannis. So it will be interesting to see how they bring the two storylines back together, if they even bother at all. The other interesting thing about Yara, and this goes for the books almost as much as in the show, is that she doesn't seem to change much as a character through the seasons. This is actually quite rare for one of George R.R. Martin's main characters, particularly a character we have some sympathy for. and I think it's instructive to note some of the other characters this is true for. Brienne remains true to her original character, and to a lesser extent Tyrion does too. All three of these people, Yara, Brienne and Tyrion, have been forced to grow up in a world that doesn't think they belong. Yara as an Ironborn captain, Brienne as a knight and Tyrion as a dwarf. They have built their barriers early in life, so it takes more to break through to them. As Tyrion said to Jon Snow right at the start of the series, never forget what you are, for surely the world will not. Make it your strength. Then it can never be your weakness. Armour yourself in it, and it will never be used to hurt you. Yara has done this. She is privileged, but she is also the victim of prejudice. A traditionalist, but also a modernizer. A woman who hides her emotions, but is willing to risk her life for those she cares about. She wants to be queen, but she won't let power change her. What do you think? What do you make of Yara's character? And what do you think is in store for her in the future? Let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to support me in producing more videos like this, as well as getting access to more of my content, please click through to my Patreon page. I really do appreciate it. And if you want to know when my next video comes out, then please click on the subscribe button and make sure your notifications are enabled. Thanks for watching. That's all for this time. I'll see you again soon.